Hey, 8th graders, we are going to be doing section 1.2, writing algebraic expressions. So we go right to here. Our objective is to be able to translate between algebraic expression and word phrases. So words are like this, and algebraic expressions are like this. Algebra is when we introduce some numbers and letters to our math phrases. So what we're going to do is we're just going to practice. We're going to come up with some different phrases that can represent that expression. So for example, when I look at that right away, I think of n plus 5. Okay. I could also say n increased by 5. I could also say the sum of n and 5. And the last one probably would be 5 more than n. Those would be the 4 main ones that I would consider. Or I guess you could say like 5 added to n. Put that one here. 5 added to, something like that. Okay, the next one, this keyword, this is subtraction here. So I could have x minus 11. That's the first one that comes to my head. X minus 11. You could have 11 less than x. You could have the difference of x and 11. Notice how this one 11 came first because you're taking 11 away from x. You could say 11 subtracted from x. I think that's most of them. The next one I have, this is multiplication when they're right next to each other. So I have 3 times m, the product of 3 and m. You could say 3 multiplied by m. Just remember there's always more than one way to say it. And the last one, we could say a divided by 7. We could say the quotient of a and 7. And then the last way probably we would say a split into 7 groups. Okay, so our job is going to be able to apply those examples to other examples. So for example, it says 1 more than the product. Well, the product means multiplication. More than means addition of 12 and p. So what's being multiplied? Well, 12 is being multiplied by p, and it says 1 more than that. So I'm going to take 12 times p, and then I'm going to add 1. Okay. 4 less than a number divided by 2. So 4 less than a number divided by 2. So we could do a number. We could just do any number. And when they say a number, it means you're going to put a variable there, divided by 2, and we're going to take away 4. The other way that this could be interpreted, this one's not really clear. We could have 4 less than a number divided by 2. Most of the time you're going to have them more clear than that. 9 less than a number W. So less than, remember, subtraction, but we're taking 9 away from W. And then 3 is increased by the difference. So the difference is a subtraction problem. Increased is addition. So 3 is increased by the difference, and I had to put this in parentheses, P and 5. So we're subtracting P and 5, but we're going to increase 3 by that. So sometimes when they say difference or product, like I could have put product in parentheses, but multiplication always comes before addition, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so translating into word phrases. So I'm going to write 1, but there is always more than 1. So just be careful. So I would say, on this one, I could say 4 minus the product. And I have to say the product because I'm minusing a product. We just don't know what that is. The product of 7 and B. You could say the product of 7 and B minus or less than 4 as well, but that one's kind of harder. So this one, I'm going to take 9 plus the product. So 9 plus the product of 3 and C. Notice how the product, though, you have to add those together. This could be 14 plus the quotient of 5 and D. You could say the quotient of 5 and D more than 14. That one sounds kind of funny though. The last one here. This is 8 times the product, or not the product, the sum. This is the sum because that's being added. So you would say 8 times the sum of what? M and 5. Okay. And the last one, it says a company aired its 30-second commercial N times during the Super Bowl at a cost of $2.4 million each time. Okay, write an algebraic expression to evaluate what the cost would be if the commercial had aired 2, 3, and 4 times. Doesn't matter how long the commercial is. No. Okay, so it's cost $2.4 million each time that the commercial airs. So I put an N there, but actually we should put I put an X, we should put an N. Okay, well, this commercial is going to air 2, 3, and 4 times. So I could put 2.4 times 2, 2.4 times 3, and 2.4 times 4. Well, I know 2.4 times 2 is going to give me 4.8 million. And I know if I take it 24 times 3 would be 12, 672, 7.2 million. And taking it times 4 would basically be doubling this, so that'd be 9.6 million. So there are your final costs. Holy cow, right? Okay, so expressions can be kind of tricky just because there's more than one way, and then you have to pay attention to if there's product or quotient or sum or difference. So just check with me if you have any questions on those. Thanks.